Hello everyone, namaste. Welcome to today's practice. My name is Dorian. I'm so happy to be sharing my love of yoga with you. This is going to be a 20-minute warm-up flow, and so it can be used in the beginning of your day, or if you're feeling particularly sluggish and you are needing to gather some energy to yourself. We're going to start off this practice by finding our way into a supported Virasana seat. And that means that your inner knees, inner thighs are going to be touching. Your feet are going to be separate. Some of us are going to be able to sit directly on the earth in between our heels. Some of us are going to feel a little bit better with a block or two blocks underneath the seat so that you can have something to support yourself with. And then once you find your way into your supported or non-supported Virasana seat, go ahead and lift your arms up high to the sky. Create a letter V with your arms. As you stretch your shoulders up by your ears, knit the front ribs in, draw your navel center in towards your backbone, and make sure that your head is resting directly on top of your sitting bones and pelvis. Fold your fingers in, letting your thumbs lift up toward the sky, making yourself a nice big old thumbs up. And take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your nose. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale about half of your air. And then start to pump your breath in and out of your nostrils. Breath of fire. This is to help invigorate and wake up the body. So, exhaling everything out. Taking a full breath in. Sigh out through the mouth. Now that we're feeling nice and energized, allow your palms to find their way to a prayer at the heart, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, creating an intention for our practice. Feeling the warmth of your hands, the warmth of your hearts, and that place where the thumbs meet the sternum, the breastbone. Allowing yourselves to celebrate this moment with some vibration, filling ourselves up for a sound of Om. Breathing in deeply. Om. If your eyelids are closed, you can gently float your eyes open. And we're going to find our way onto our back bodies. So come up off of your Virasana seats and lay down on your backs. And once you find your way down to a reclined state, go ahead and slide your right shoulder to the right, left shoulder to the left, so that you can create some space for the back of the heart to rest in between your shoulder blades. Softening the space between your eyebrows, allowing the cheeks to drop down away from your eyes, so that we're not creating any tension in our bodies as we find our way into practice. Keeping the face soft, go ahead, bend your knees, stepping the soles of your feet down to the earth. And then carefully draw the knees into your chest without lifting your head up off of the ground. Hugging the knees into the chest, start to make some circles on your lower back body, circling your knees around in one direction. And then circling your knees around in the opposite direction, just massaging those columns of muscle that run alongside the spine on either side of your body. Go ahead, draw your right knee nice and close to your torso. Hold on to your right leg with both hands. Extend your left leg towards the foot end of your mat. Keep that left heel hovering away from the ground. Big breath in. On your exhale, switch your legs. Big breath in. Exhale, switch your legs. Breathing in, switching your legs. Breathing in, switching your legs. Hugging the right leg in, lower your left heel down to the earth, and then cross that right leg across the midline of your body so that your right knee comes down to the earth off to the left side. Open your right arm out towards the right, and just allow that right shoulder to get a little closer to the ground as you open your chest. Deeply breathing in, fully exhaling out. Full breathings in, deep exhales out. Carefully draw the knees back into your chest as you roll onto your back body. Give yourself a squeeze. Hold on to your left leg with both hands. Extend your right leg forwards towards the front of your space. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. Big breath in. Exhale, switch. Last time, big breath in. Exhale, switch. Drop your right heel down to the earth. Cross your left leg over towards the right side of the room. You can heavy your left thigh with your right hand as you open the left arm out to the left. And just float your gaze towards that left thumb as you breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Draw both knees back into your chest, roll onto your back body. This time, pick the head up off of the earth, start to rock and roll forwards and backwards along the length of your spine. Gaining some momentum until you rock your way to an upright seat. Crossing your shins in front of you, hands forward, hands and knees pose. Palms are going to land underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Pressing the tops of your feet into the ground, find an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze to cow spine. On your exhale, cat spine, drawing the navel in as you drop your hands. Inhale to find your way into your cow spine. Exhale to round into your cat spine. Start to breathe in and out of cat and cow, pumping the breath actively through your bodies. Inhaling in order to create space, and exhaling in order to get rid of anything that's not serving us. You can feel free to stick with a standard cat-cow if that feels best. But if there's any other parts of your body that need to shift or awaken, feel free to make it yours. That might look like making circles with your neck and your hips. You might sway your bodies from side to side or make circles on your hands and knees or figure eights. There is no right or wrong here, just taking the time to marry the motions of your body with your breathing. Whatever you're doing to the right, make sure to find equal and opposite motions to the left, so that nothing gets left out or left behind in your practice. And then as you awaken your bodies, eventually finding your way into a hands and knees stillness. Go ahead, tuck your toes underneath, take a nice big breath in. Using your exhale, press the palms, let your hips rise up and back for a downward facing dog shape. Take a little bit of time to press the pads of your fingers into the earth, lengthening your arms from the heels of your hands all the way to your armpits. And then once your upper body is nicely arranged, start to pedal your feet into the ground, so shifting your weight from side to side. Feel the backs of the legs open as you stretch your heels towards the ground, and feel the articulation of the toes, the ankles, and the knees moving. Eventually settling your way into a down dog stillness. Use your next inhale to come up high on your tippy toes, rolling your bodies forward to come into a plank pose. Pressing the earth away, feel the shoulder blades separate so the back of the heart rises towards the sky. Take a big breath in, and a deep exhale out. One more big breath in. On your exhale, child's pose. Knees come down to the ground, and sit your hips back onto your heels. For today's practice, let's make it a wide-kneed child's pose, separating the knees and thighs so that the belly has space to drop down towards the ground. If it's difficult to get your forehead to the earth in a child's pose, you can take a block underneath your forehead, just so that you do feel rooted in the mind as well as the body. A reminder that if you ever need a break, you can always find your way back to a child's pose, to open up the shoulders, or just to allow yourself to have some grounded energy, taking a full breath in, and a deep exhale out. Whenever you are ready to move, if that moment comes to you, let an inhale carry your bodies into hands and knees pose. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Let an inhale lift your right leg high to the sky, coming into a three-legged dog. And then bend your right knee, open up your right hip. Lower the left heel towards the earth. Start to make some circles in your right hip joint. Now the right side ribs might want to lift up towards the sky. Try to keep the right ribs in line with the left as you circle. And then take your circles in the opposite direction. Let an inhale lift that right leg back high to the sky, squaring off the right hip. On your exhale, draw the right knee into your nose. Shoot your shoulders forward, chin into chest. Inhale, the right leg reaches back high to the sky. On your exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Planting the left palm against the ground, inhale your right arm up to the sky, taking a lunge twist. Chin away from the chest, roll the shoulders open. Exhale, the right hand comes back down to the ground inside of your right foot. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Turn out your knees and toes to start to sit your way into a squat. It's our first squat of class, so you can take your blocks and slide them underneath your tail so that you have something to support yourself. Normally we come into a squat and we take our hands to a prayer at the heart center. For today's practice, let your palms open out a low V towards the front of your space. And just allow the pressure of the arms into the inner legs to help draw your heart and abdomen forwards towards the front of the space. Wide fingers, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, big breath in. Using the exhale, take the palms down to the earth, lengthen your legs and drop your head. Parallel your feet so all 10 toes point towards the front of the space. Shift your weight forward into the balls of your feet and just let your bodies rock from side to side. Feel how the thigh bone heads hold the hip joint and vice versa. Then an inhale, find a half lift, palms to shins. On your exhale, forward fold into yourselves. Softening your knees, step your left foot back to a lunge. And then step your right foot back to a plank pose. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Kick your left foot out towards the left side of the space. Spiral your right heel to the earth. Using an inhale to lift your right arm up to the sky for a supported side plank. Stretch the right wrist away from the left wrist. Stretch the right wrist away from the left wrist as you open your hearts. And then reach your right arm over your right ear. Both hands are going to come down to the ground, stepping back to a plank pose. On your exhale, lower your body to the earth in one piece. Pressing the tops of your feet against the ground, draw the heart forward for a baby cobra. And then for a breath, take the hands away from the earth so that you can feel your mid-back body turn on. On your exhale, palms to the ground, downward facing dog. We're going to do everything on the left side. Tuck the toes, let the hips rise up. On your inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky. Bend your left knee, open up your left hip, lower the right heel, start to make the circles in your left hip joint, breathing around in one direction, feeling that potential for 360-degree rotation. And then take your circles in the opposite direction. Let an inhale lift the left leg high to the sky. On your exhale, left knee comes into your nose, curl into yourselves. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. On your exhale, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Planting the right palm down with the left arm lift, floating the gaze up to your left thumb, chin away from chest. Left hand is coming down to the earth. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Turning out the knees and toes. This time you might not use the support of the blocks as you open your palms forwards towards the front of the space. Create length between your tailbone and your crown. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Use the exhale to press the feet into the earth, lengthen your legs, dropping your head. Parallel the feet, all 10 toes point forward, let your hips rock from side to side. Hands to shins, take a half lift to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, let your head drop. Softening your knees, step your right foot back to a lunge. The left foot steps back to plank pose. This time lower the right knee down to the ground. Keep your right foot out to the right, spiral the left heel to the earth. Left arm peels up to the sky for your supported side plank. Open your chest, chin away from the chest, roll the shoulder blades together. And then flip that left arm over your left ear. Keep your gaze lifting so you can get into the outer left ribs. Exhale, the left hand comes down to the ground. Step back to plank pose. Bending your elbows to lower your body to the earth. Pressing the tops of your feet against the ground, drawing the chest forward, baby cobra. And then once again, there's that lift of the hands, drawing the shoulder blades together to feel the back body turn on. Downward facing dog is your exhale, pressing the hips up and back. And then footstep by footstep, start to walk your way forwards towards the top of the mat. Feel each footprint land and take as much time as you need to travel. Whenever you do get up to the top, separate your feet, inner hips with distance. Soften your knees, drop your crown, let your body sway from side to side. You might hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand as you fold into yourselves. You might take a big breath in through the nose. And release out through the mouth. Switching your forearms so that the opposite forearm is on top. Keep swaying your bodies from side to side. Another big breath in. Flutter your lips out with the exhale. Releasing your arms down towards the ground. Shake your heads no. Nod your heads yes. And then keeping the knees soft, plant your feet as you begin to roll your bodies up to a stand. Take all the time that you need to rise, using the muscles and the connective tissue to help create that nice tall skeletal structure. At your full height, go ahead and let the shoulders roll up, back, down away from your ears, and then open your palms forwards towards the front of your space. Stretch the skin in between your fingers so the hands are nice and wide. Pressing into your feet on an inhale, let your arms lift to a prayer above your head. Once again, go ahead, draw the navel center in, lift the shoulders up by your ears, come to as high a height as you possibly can. Let the exhale draw the hands back to a prayer at your heart center. Allowing the chin to drop in towards the chest for a moment of gratitude for your practice. And then allowing yourself to move on with the rest of your day.